FIFA World History. Football is not just a sport. It is a global phenomenon that connects people across cultures, languages, and continents. Every day, millions of fans watch matches, support their favorite teams, and celebrate the world's most popular game. At the center of this incredible football universe stands FIFA, the organization responsible for governing international football and organizing the FIFA World Cup. But FIFA's journey to becoming one of the most powerful sports organizations in the world is a fascinating story filled with ambition, triumph, and controversy. Today, FIFA represents over 200 member associations and oversees competitions watched by billions of people worldwide. However, its beginnings were surprisingly humble. What started as a small meeting in Paris more than a century ago eventually transformed into a global institution that shapes the future of football. This is the complete history of FIFA. The origins of football. Before FIFA existed, football was already being played in different forms around the world. Ancient civilizations in China, Greece, and Rome had games involving kicking a ball, but these games lacked standardized rules. It wasn't until the 19th century in England that modern football began to take shape. Different schools and clubs played by different rules, creating confusion whenever teams faced each other. In 1863, representatives from several English clubs gathered in London to establish a common set of rules. This meeting led to the creation of the Football Association, or FA, which is recognized as the birthplace of modern football. With official rules in place, the sport quickly spread beyond England's borders and gained popularity throughout Europe and South America. The founding of FIFA. As football became increasingly popular across different countries, the need for an international governing body became clear. National teams wanted to play against one another, but there was no organization responsible for coordinating international matches or competitions. On May 21, 1904, representatives from France, Belgium, Denmark, the Netherlands, Spain, Sweden, and Switzerland met in Paris and founded FIFA, which stands for Fédération Internationale de Football Association. French journalist Robert Guérin became the organization's first president. At the time, few people could have imagined how influential FIFA would eventually become. The organization's main goal was to oversee international football and create a framework that would allow nations to compete fairly against one another. FIFA's early years were challenging, but the foundation for global football had finally been established. FIFA's early growth. During its first decades, FIFA focused on expanding its membership and promoting international competition. More countries joined the organization as football continued to spread around the world. FIFA also worked closely with the Olympic Games, where football became one of the most popular sports. By the 1920s, FIFA had grown significantly under the leadership of Jules Rimet, a visionary president who believed football needed its own international tournament. Rimet dreamed of creating a competition that would bring together the best national teams from every continent. His vision would eventually change the history of football forever. The first FIFA World Cup. In 1930, FIFA organized the first ever FIFA World Cup in Uruguay. The South American nation was chosen as the host because it was celebrating the centenary of its independence and had recently won Olympic football gold medals. Only 13 teams participated in the tournament because international travel was difficult and expensive at the time. Many European teams had to spend weeks traveling by ship across the Atlantic Ocean to reach Uruguay. Despite these challenges, the tournament was a success. In the final, Uruguay defeated Argentina 4-2 in front of a passionate home crowd. The first FIFA World Cup proved that international football could attract global attention and excitement. World War II and football's survival. Just as the World Cup was gaining popularity, the world was plunged into chaos by World War II. The tournaments scheduled for 1942 and 1946 were cancelled as nations focused on the devastating conflict. Football stadiums were damaged, economies were shattered, and millions of lives were lost. For several years, international football virtually came to a standstill. Many feared that the sport's progress had been permanently interrupted. However, after the war ended, FIFA worked tirelessly to rebuild international competition. The World Cup returned in 1950, hosted by Brazil, marking a new beginning for global football. The rise of Brazil and Pelé. The post-war era saw football become more popular than ever before. Television brought matches into people's homes, allowing fans around the world to watch international competitions. One of the biggest stars of this era was Pelé, the Brazilian football genius who became a global icon. Pelé led Brazil to 3 World Cup victories and helped transform football into a truly international spectacle. His incredible skill, sportsmanship, and success made him one of the greatest players in history. Brazil's success during the 1950s, 1960s, and 1970s helped establish the nation as a football powerhouse and inspired millions of young players around the world. FIFA's global expansion. As football's popularity grew, FIFA expanded its reach into Africa, Asia, North America, and the Middle East. More nations joined the organization, making football one of the few truly global sports. The World Cup expanded as well, allowing more countries to participate and increasing competition. Television broadcasting deals and sponsorship agreements generated enormous revenue, turning FIFA into a financial powerhouse. By the end of the 20th century, the FIFA World Cup had become one of the most watched sporting events on Earth, attracting audiences of billions. Legendary players and iconic moments. Throughout its history, FIFA competitions have showcased some of football's greatest legends. Players such as Diego Maradona, Johan Cruyff, Franz Beckenbauer, Ronaldo Nazario, Zinedine Zidane, Lionel Messi, and Cristiano Ronaldo have all left unforgettable marks on the game. These players produced moments that transcended sport and became part of global culture. From Maradona's brilliance in 1986 to Messi's triumph in 2022, FIFA tournaments have consistently delivered unforgettable stories and emotional moments. Their achievements have helped inspire generations of football fans and players around the world. FIFA's controversies. Despite its success, FIFA has often faced criticism and controversy. Questions about corruption, transparency, and governance have followed the organization for decades. The most significant scandal occurred in 2015 when several FIFA officials were arrested as part of an international corruption investigation. The scandal shocked football fans worldwide and raised serious concerns about the organization's leadership. In response, FIFA introduced reforms aimed at improving transparency and accountability. However, debates about governance and ethics continue to be an important part of FIFA's modern history. FIFA in the modern era. Today, FIFA governs football across every continent and organizes numerous international competitions, including the Men's World Cup, Women's World Cup, Club World Cup, Youth World Cups, and futsal tournaments. Technology has also transformed the sport. Innovations such as goal line technology and the video assistant referee, commonly known as VAR, have changed how matches are officiated and analyzed. The organization continues to expand football's global reach while adapting to new challenges and opportunities in the digital age. Conclusion. From a small gathering of football officials in Paris in 1904 to a global organization representing more than 200 nations, FIFA's journey has been extraordinary. It has played a central role in transforming football from a regional pastime into the world's most popular sport. The history of FIFA is a story of vision, growth, innovation, success, and controversy. Through wars, economic crises, and changing generations, football has remained a powerful force that unites people around the globe. As the sport continues to evolve, one thing remains certain: FIFA and football will continue to shape the lives of billions of fans for generations to come. The story is still being written, and the next chapter promises to be just as exciting as the last.